Afraid people will hear me that don't want to hear me.
Well, they'll have to deal with that, I guess.
They'll have to get over it, yes. Okay, I think that's great. Anyways, Chris, thanks.
All right.
What do you mean?
I just want you to know that this is just merely a test. I'm not really talking right now. I don't know what you think you're hearing, but there's actually nothing coming over this microphone except test sound. What are you staring at, sir?
Good. Not too much echo?
What do you think? Sadie, are we going in the right direction?
I need to do it. Here, try this one for the judge. Turn that one off. Go back over there. Mic 2. Mic 2 on now.
Mic 2 on now. How are we doing? Is this clear? I'm getting some indications we need a little more volume on this microphone. However, it does sound fairly clear to those of us over here anyways, eh?
All right,
I think it's a nice improvement over yesterday. Thanks, Chris.
You got it.
Just turn that off there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just bright and like it's like strobing.
On 1, 2.
I believe I have just been given permission to make the 5-minute warning. We are hoping to get started within the next 5 minutes. Most of the ring crew is here, the judge is here, and I actually believe most of the first class is here. So we will be no more than 5 minutes before we start the actual livestock show for Bonanza 2026.
Okay, yeah, it didn't come back. It's still just doing that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Sounds good to me. Okay, thanks, Mark. Bye.
I believe we're just moments away from being ready to go. We're just waiting for a final tune-in with the online committee. broadcasting this across the World Wide Web to the rest of the civilized population. The judge is here, the ring steward is here, I have my clerk here. We're just about ready to go.
Yeah, I know. No. Yep. No, that camera's. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes.
When they come into the ring, what's easiest to make sure people can see these suckers when we?
That's the camera. So I think that's a,
Okay, so we were thinking they're gonna come in this way, make a loop or two, line up along that way. When we pull them in, we'll put first down here with their butts facing this way. And then when we talk about them, we'll spin them out and have them come up here.
head to the front and make them go like
Yeah,
this.
we'll bring them out and stop them somewhere here where
So they see the
get a
camera.
good vantage point. And if at any time it don't work, we'll adjust. Okay. This will be the test drive for the next couple days.
Yeah, you're right in the middle. Like this thing moves, so it doesn't matter. Like it can be like right here if you want. Yeah, anywhere. Like the whole thing. Like I can pan up or down. That's good. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bonanza.
Or CJ Boot, Boots Petunia, high status, and 145, Chetley Smith with Mel B, 125M Riesling, 1P.
He is in here.
This one is in here?
We got
146 is in here. Is he supposed to be?
Where'd you get that book?
Test.
So it's 211.
Can I see that?
I only have that for the first class.
Scratch. This Blake Lodge.
Now that says 146, but you're telling me it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, they moved him up. They had him 211, but he's in here now.
And I'm getting a quick update. We also have ring number 146, Blake Lodge, CB Penelope, 87P.
Once I get them sorted out, I'll bring my book and you can make the adjustments because I only have the first page. Don't bother looking at the rest. We don't have that yet. They can only give me so much
Don't
information.
look there, there's nothing. Because you get confused, Jay?
No,
I'm teasing you, by the way,
I
sir.
start confused. So that's the baseline.
Obviously, my book was not complete, and my apologies to both those of you here and at home. 141 and 145 are both scratches, and for those of you that have programs, 146 Blake Lodge is in this class, the first class. Very lucky today, fortunate today to have with us evaluating these cattle, Mr. Chad Homer from Stittsville, Ontario. Chad's got a broad range of experience in a number of breeds of cattle, and we certainly appreciate him taking the time out of his schedule to be here today. Thank you very much, Chad. All the best to everybody in the ring.
Good morning, everyone. It's certainly an honor to be here today to kick off Bonanza 2026 in Richmond, Quebec. Starting the Bred and Owned show here with probably the boldest heifer in the class. She's just kind of the widest base for me today. She's still attractive up through that front 1/3. and probably the longest spine and just kind of the nicest condition for today, and maybe some of the brightest future ahead of her. One thing I would like to change about this heifer, I would like to maybe just set that tail head down just a bit when she gets out and rolls, but probably just the kind that is the most our type at home here to start the class. Not giving up much here to the heifer in second. One that blends in really nice for a front 1/3, gets around the ring okay. I would just like to level her out in her hip in that from hooks to pins and just kind of fix that up just ever so slightly. But I think one that's got very much the same lines as the heifer in front of her. A little tidier through that navel than the heifer above her. But at the same time just kind of does the most things correct. Little heifer here in third is kind of one that's a little younger than the heifers above her. Just one that really grabs your eye and really attractive through that skull in front 1/3, gets around the ring nice. Just one that's kind of wants to fight the halter on this little one for this girl, and kind of gets up in her spine and just will not kind of relax and settle out. And whether that's just the way she is or that's a nerves thing on day one, but that kind of what puts her here in third today. Gentleman's heifer in fourth. Real deep-bodied heifer, but just kind of giving up. She's the oldest heifer in the class, and just giving up some frame for me today to the heifers above her based on her day of age. But one that is going to be a really nice cow prospect down the road, but just kind of giving up some stature to the ones above her. Really long-spined heifer coming out here in fifth, and one that's super attractive through her front end and good in her lines, but just would like to change that hip structure ever so slightly. She just likes to get a little tipped in that loin for the young.
Thank you very much, Chad. Winning the first class is ring number 144, CJ Boot, showing Boots Petunia high status. Second place is 143, Mercedes Mastine with RRF Mandy 24P. Third place goes to ring number 142, Brooklyn Suitor RWB Pizzazz 3P. Fourth goes to the added lot 146, Blake Lodge, showing CB Penelope 87P, and fifth goes to 140 Tegan Heinman with Teague 230K Duchess 644P. Congratulations to the class winners and all the exhibitors in the first class. Coming into the ring for the second class, we have ring 148, Kaylee Wells with KMW Phoenix 3P, 149 with Roseanne Siddle, Roslyn Priceless 1P, 150 Mackenzie Hicks with Hicks Priscilla Presley 3M 02P, and 151 Easton Osborne with Creekside 10K Penny 1P. The winner of this class will be receiving the banner from Agri Industries.
This second split of heifers is a little easier to decipher on age. We only have about a week between the oldest and youngest here. Starting this heifer or this class out with a heifer that I think comes to the top fairly easily. It's one that she's just the most attractive through her front 1/3. She's got great extension out through that neck, comes out high out of her shoulder. Biggest middled heifer in the class, just has that nice silhouette. To kind of draw your attention, and one that probably just has the most bone and just gets around the ring with the most amount of ease, and that's what brings her to the top today. Get into a pair of real kind of cow prospects here in second and third that we kind of had to split some hairs on. I went with the heifer with a little less waist up front, and just kind of maybe holds herself together as she gets around the ring. In her spine than the heifer in third, but one I would like to just see her stretch out a little better and hit her stride when she gets out on the move. Heifer in third here is one that dark cherry red heifer that is a sharp female for the young man. I just like to clean that one up in its navel and again in its in her brisket for her to be any higher today. But that's a really good long spine cow prospect for the young man. Heifer here in fourth, certainly not taking anything away from quality here. She's an attractive heifer through her front 1/3, really good through the center mass of her body and gets around the ring nice. Just one that kind of gives up some.
You guys need a coffee or water or snack or something.
Not yet, but thank you very much. Stay with us, okay?
I'll take care of it.
Thanks, Chad. Much appreciated. Congratulations to our class winner, ring number 149, Roseanne Siddle. Rosalind Priceless, 1P. Second place goes to ring number 148, Kaylee Wells, showing KMW Phoenix, 3P. Third in that class goes to Easton Osborne, showing Creekside 10K Penny, 1P. I did that wrong. And fourth is 150 Mackenzie Hicks. Hicks Priscilla Presley, 3M, 02P. Is that correct? Somebody just nod their head. I think I wrote 4 twice. In any case, I believe that's what I have in that order. Sorry about the confusion. The class sponsorship for that class was Agri Industries. The first and second place winners from that class and from the previous class will come back in for our bred and owned heifer calf champion for the RWB Farms banner, the Bushy family presenting the banner for champion bred and owned heifer calf.
Can you shut yours off? Test.
All right, returning to the ring now First and second place in the heifer calf classes, we have ring 144, CJ Boot with Boots Petunia High Status. 143, Mercedes Mastine with RRF Mandy 24P. Out of the second class, we have 149, Roseanne Siddle with Roslyn Priceless 1P, and 148, Kaylee Wells with KMW Phoenix 3P. This is your heifer calf champion and reserve, sponsored by RWB Livestock, the Bushy family.
I think these four young ladies out here deserve a big round of applause for this first division of bred and owned here at Bonanza. I think this is a real testament to the group of juniors that we're probably going to see through this ring in the next few days, and certainly they should be. The breed should be in good hands with young ladies like this at the helm if this is what they're starting their program off. We talked these cattle in their individual classes, so with that, I'm going to go out and pick a champion in reserve bred and owned heifer calf.
Congratulations to Rosie Siddle, ring number 149 on Roslyn Priceless 1P, heifer calf champion, winning the banner, sponsored by RWB Livestock. And reserve going to CJ Boot, ring number 144 with Boots Petunia High Status. Congratulations to all the exhibitors in our heifer calf class, especially to Rosie and CJ. And the reserve banner going to Hidden Meadow Farms. So CJ Boot winning the Hidden Meadow Farms banner, Rosie Siddle winning the RWB Herefords. We'll just be a second or two longer working on some photos of our heifer calf champion in reserve. We'll then do the first class of the yearling section of the bred and owned females. This class is sponsored by L. Hicks and Sons. All right, coming into the ring now. I think on the edge of the ring, actually, we have class number 1 of the yearling portion of the Bred and Owned Show. 152, Hannah Cameron, showing HMAC Nova 5N. 154, Kaylee Wells, KMW Nifty Kit Kat 16N. 155, Connor McNaughton with RW 102L Amelia 326N. 156, Rebecca Hess with Kids, She's a Model 3N. 157 with Kaylee Hicks, LAH 95L Nessa CMHH7N. 158, Ellie Lodge, CB Nelly 10N. And 159, Kendall Reevy, Elsevier Ruby 4N. Once again, back in evaluating Mr. Chad Holmer from Stittsville, Ontario.
If you're just joining us, welcome to day 1 of our broadcast, Bonanza, in the Belle Province in Richmond, Quebec. We're currently in our Bred and Owned division. We are in Class 1. Age splits here, very drastic range between the late February 22nd, and May 5th for this group of cattle. like I mentioned before, but if you weren't here, this class 1 of heifers is a very drastic age range, with the oldest heifer being born late February and the youngest being early May. So lots of different ages for our judge, Chad Homer, to evaluate through today.
Apologize for taking a little longer in this first split of yearling heifers. They all kind of range in that March to April. And I think there's one May out here as well. Just a little bit of different types of kinds, a little bit of difference in development developmental stages and condition on these heifers. I think I'm starting the class out with probably the most attractive heifer through her front 1/3. When she gets woed, she's kind of that cleaner chested, and that's where she gets the advantage of the heifer coming in second and third. One that just has that most probably shape when you get behind her. I would like to take that tail head down just ever so slightly to really change that one to really nitpick one, but that's why she starts out here today. Heifer in second, just one that's just a little plainer fronted for me. Just a little, just that slope to her shoulder and that extra neck through the and thickness through that front 1/3. One you really have to appreciate from her shoulders back. I do question if she is big enough, but I think there's enough quality there in her to get her where she is today. Young lady's heifer in third is one that gave me some problems. She kind of gives you that look every now and then, but one that I just like to fix up in her heart girth, and one that's maybe just a little bold in her shoulder for me today, and that's why she ends up there. The hairy heifer here in fourth, one that just couldn't find one to really go with her. She's a little plainer through that front 1/3, but she still carries herself with elegance, and just a heifer that I think as the fall goes on will only continue to develop and probably change her placing dramatically as we go on. Young lady's heifer here coming next is just one that just missing some of that softness from the heifers above her and that depth through the center of her body. But another good heifer. And then the last two heifers here that we get down to, just a little more moderate framed, a little more refined in their design, and just don't have the bone mass and structure to compete with the heifers above them today. But another really good group of yearling heifers here for the bred and owned class.
Thank you very much. Our judge, Chad Homer, winning the class sponsored by L. Hicks & Sons. We have ring number 155. Congratulations to Connor McNaughton with RW 102L Amelia 326N. Second place, and also our congratulations to 156 Rebecca Hess, Kids, She's a Model 3N. Third place in that class, ring 157, Kaylee Hicks, LAH 95L, Nessa, CMHH 7N. Fourth place to ring number 159, Kendall Reevy with Elsevier Ruby 4N. Fifth place goes to ring number 152, Hannah Cameron, HMAC Nova 5N. Sixth goes to 158, Ellie Lodge with CB Nelly 10N. And seventh place goes to ring number 154, Kaylee Wells with KMW Nifty Kit Kat 16N. Congratulations to all the exhibitors, especially our class winners in the class sponsored by L. Hicks & Sons. In the second class, we have ring number 160, Tegan Hindman, Teague 22H Valerie 524N. Ring number 161, Kaylee McNaughton, RW MHPH 316 Deanna 120N. 162, Kaylin Pugh with Leanne 126H Nacho Girl 115N. 163, Francis Beaumont with Beaumont F Poly Gold Trust 18N, my apologies. Ring number 164, Francis Beaumont with Beaumont F 66589 Nandate 2N. 165, Gavin Bradley with Bradley Miss Nina 120N. And 166, Kaylee Wells with KMW Naomi 2N. This class is sponsored by L. Hicks & Sons. The winner of this class and the previous class will come back in for our yearling champion and reserve, sponsored by Maple Hill Farms. Reserve in this division is sponsored by Ferme Lassard. So in the yearling heifer championship, champion is sponsored by Maple Hill, reserve by Ferme Lassard.
This second class of bred and owned yearling heifers here, I think we've got a pair that comes to the top, really nice. They've both got that kind of same silhouette. Given the advantage to the heifer in front, I think she's just maybe a little better through her front 1/3. The shoulder just lays in ever so slightly a little better. And I think she's just a little longer spine than the heifer here in behind her. But really nice pair of heifers. Given the advantage to this heifer in second over the one in third, I think it's just that sweep of rib and that balance through her middle 1/3, and just that overall look. The heifer here in third, just one that I think just needs some more time and to compete with the heifers above her. Just would like to shorten her teats ever so slightly, just as she goes in and starting to prepare for motherhood. But that's one that I think just needs a little more time and a little more feed to go ahead. Heifer here in fourth, it's just leaving the ring. An attractive heifer, just one I'd like to change that tail head structure on. The three heifers here that we get down into the bottom, just like to clean them up through their front 1/3. They're really matured in their development, and I think they all kind of have that same, just a little extra condition through that front 1/3, and that's carrying through the rest of their body.
Thanks, Chad. Winning that class. Our congratulations goes to ring number 161, Kaylee McNaughton, RW MHPH 316 Deanna 120N. Second place, ring number 162. Congratulations to Kaylin Pugh, Leanne 126H, Nacho Girl 115N. Third in that class goes to ring number 160, Tegan Hindman with Teague 22H, Valerie 524N. Fourth place goes to 165, Gavin Bradley with Bradley Miss Nina 102N. Fifth place goes to Kaylee Wells, ring number 166, showing KMW Naomi 2N. Sixth place goes to ring number 163, Francis Beaumont F. Poly Gold Trust 18N, and 164 Francis Beaumont with Beaumont F. 666 589 Nandate 2N. Coming back into the ring will be the first and second from the previous two classes. We've got Connor McNaughton with Amelia 326N and Rebecca Hess with She's a Model 3N out of the first class. In the second class, we've got Kaylee McNaughton with Deanna 120N and Kaylin Pugh with Nacho Girl. They are vying for the champion and reserve in the yearling division of the bred and owned. Champion sponsored by Maple Hill Farms, reserve sponsored by Ferme Lassard.
Let's go ahead and give these young exhibitors another round of applause here for another tremendous division in the Bred and Owned Show. I think all four of these individuals out here are tremendous in their own right, and the neat thing about this is they come from different programs with exhibitors with different ideas and different thoughts, and possibly from even different parts of the country and geographical areas. So in saying that, I mean, we should see some difference in type and kind as that what works for the industry. But I think it's important that the fundamentals of these 4 heifers are very correct. They get around the ring on sound feet and legs, good udder design. They're not wasty through their, in any part of their body, and I think they all have very bright futures ahead. Not only into the fall as we move into the bigger shows in November, but I think into 2027 and beyond when they lay down and have a calf at side. Anyways, with that, I'll go out and pick a couple a division champion and a reserve here.
Congratulations to Kaylee McNaughton, ring number 161 on RW MHPH 316 Deanna 120N, and our reserve out of the same class, ring number 162, Kaylin Pugh Leanne 126H Nacho Girl 115N. Winning the champion and reserve banner sponsored by Maple Hill Farms and Ferme Lessard. I think we'll just be a second while we try and record that for eternity over in the picture area, and then we'll be back in with our cow-calf class. Congratulations to Kaylee and Kaylin. Try and say that 10 times fast. Jay Bradley has suggested that I remind people who are old enough that one of the most popular dolls when he and I were kids were Tickle Me Elmo dolls. And he was just asking if I was aware of the fact that the last thing that they gave every Tickle Me Elmo doll after they made him was 2 little test tickles. I just wonder if this might be an opportunity to recognize one of our members, one of our guests, one of our visitors to Quebec, Sarah Dara Black. If you would please come into the center of the ring for a second, please. I think that we should take this opportunity. Maybe we should all even stand up, and we're going to sing happy birthday to the world famous and getting more famous every day, Mrs. Sarah Black. I won't say that I've known Sarah for a long time, but I remember when she was short, so. If that was awkward, I apologize. I had no intention that would happen that way. I'm very sorry. Coming into the ring, we have the cow-calf class, exhibited by Rebecca Hess. Kids 5F Mamma Mia 1J 1M.
Just a single entry in this 2-year-old bred and owned class, but I think this is something that we want to see when you do bring a 2-year-old to town. An individual that is holding herself together, doing a nice job, getting around the ring well, and just really putting a good prospect out in front of her. January 2-year-old with a January heifer calf out in front of her, and I think they're both just they're both good in their own right, and I think they complement each other well, and I think they could certainly withstand some more competition going forward here as the week goes. So congratulations to these young ladies here today.
Yeah, just to agree with Mr. Homer, just a beautiful pair. Congratulations to Rebecca winning not only the 2-year-old but senior champion female with her cow Kids 5F Mamma Mia 1J 1M. As I have suggested, automatically our senior champion female winning the banner, sponsored by the Richmond Vets. Coming back into the ring, I believe already back in the ring, we will have all the contenders for our grand champion female in the junior show today. Out of the heifer calf class, we've got Rosie Siddle with Roslyn Priceless. We have CJ Boot with Boots Petunia High Status. Out of the yearling division, we've got Kaylee McNaughton with RW MHPH 316 Deanna 120N. And also out of the yearling division 162, Kaylin Pugh with Leanne 126H Nacho Girl 115N. And of course, out of the last class, that beautiful 2-year-old pair, Rebecca Hess with Kids 5S Mamma Mia 1J 1M. The sponsor for our grand champion female in the Bred and Owned show is AXA Farms, with the reserve being sponsored by your host here at this facility, the Richmond Fair. We are announcing a quick 5-minute break between the females and the bulls. basically, I think that's just enough time to get some pictures and hopefully get some kids back to the barn. So there will be just a very short break at the conclusion of the female show before we start the bull show.
Once again, here as we get into our final drive of the female on the bred and owned side here today, I think really happy with the group that's come together, and I think certainly the young exhibitors today that are out here or gone back to the barn certainly deserve a tremendous round of applause. And I think the Hereford program itself and Bonanza also deserves a huge round of applause. I think it's something that they've done a tremendous job in to promote this bred and owned division. There's not a lot of shows that you see this big of a turnout, not only in numbers but in quality when it comes to the bred and owned side, and that's a testament to the families behind these young people that support them, and they go on to develop herds of their own and move towards being active breeders. I think just the quality here in the bred and owned show has been tremendous, right from the heifer calf division right through to the single entry here in the bred or in the 2-year-old cow calf class and our senior champion. I think there's a couple possibilities on how we could go and for our champion and reserve, but I think there's two that stand out to me that I think will be the most entertaining to watch as the week goes on, and I think the most entertaining to watch as the fall goes on, and past that as they develop and continue in these young people's herds. So with that, I'll go out and select a champion and reserve bred and owned female.
Congratulations. Ring number 161, Kaylee McNaughton with RWMH PH 316 Deanna 160N. And our reserve congratulations goes to ring number 149, Rosie Siddle with Rosalind Priceless 1P. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors, but especially to Kaylee and Rosie. And again, that class is sponsored, the championship going to Kaylee McNaughton by AXA Farms, and our reserve going to Rosie by Richmond Fair. We're just going to get some pictures of that division, and we'll be back at the bull show in about 5 minutes. Is Mr. Chad Homer in the building? Is he alive, awake, and fully conscious? I think the cattle are ready to go, right, Jay? Can you see them there? Can you make arrangements to have them come into the ring, please?
This is a sponsor list. They're both missing.
I have a list that I will get to. Great. That's all. Coming into the ring for the first class in the bred and owned bull calf division, we have ring number 168, Rebecca Hess. Kids 1J Gaining Momentum 3P. 169, Olivia Avery, OLH Push the Limits 1P. 161, Tegan Heineman with Teague 7098, Johnny Walker 617P. 172, Madison Dara, Bar JM MD 90M Premier 11P. And 173, Bryson Longstaff, Mile Lane 505K Night Rider 1P. Tremendous amount of hard work goes into an event like this by the local committee, and of course some of the national input as well to keep things organized. And also an extremely important part of any event like this is the sponsorship list. I'm just going to take a few seconds and read a few names just on the order that I have them in front of me, and then over the next day or so I'll read over them a number of times. But Alain Lemaire, Clark and Sons Limited, Master Feeds, the Ontario Hereford Association, Placement de Vaux-Réseau, Harvey Ranching, Abbey Hill Farms, Ferme Carl Labbé, Ferme André Beaumont, HMS Highcliffe, Ferme Dextradeur, AM Ranching, Stonewood Grange, Rimkey Cattle, Clifford Farms, OVHF, and Bar JM. Just a number of the sponsors. Our heartfelt appreciation to anybody who can take the time or the certainly financial resources to help us put on an event like this.
As we switch gears into the Bred and Owned Bull Show, the quality certainly hasn't slowed down any. A little bit of different type and kind here as we get out in this this heat of bull calves. I think we're starting the one that kind of checks the most boxes for me. He's the most masculine through his front 1/3 and in through his skull. He's got the most muscle expression and probably the most red meat of any of the bulls in the class. He gets around the ring good enough today, and he's got a good testicle development for his age, and just one that I think is going to go on and continue to develop and kind of has a head start in that herd bull department. Young lady's bull calf in second, maybe just a little more toned down, extended version of the calf in front of her. Or in front of him. Just one that gets around the ring nice, maybe just a little softer on his pasterns than I'd like to see on his rear too, but just one that I think it has a lot of good testicle development and a really nice silhouette, and it'll be interesting to watch these top two continue to develop as we get through into bull sale season next spring. Bull calf in third, youngest calf in the class, I believe. Just one that it patterns in nice with the two above them. Just kind of missing that overall bloom and that muscle expression and shape that those calves above exhibit today. Part of that may come when he catches them on days of age, but just going to give the two above him the benefit of the doubt. Really cool one that catches your eye here next. He's real complete and he's stout. And he got a great hair coat on him already. He's well put together and structurally correct. Just missing some of that masculinity as the calves above him today, and just one that maybe gives up some weight per day of age and some overall frame size. But one that, if he continues to grow and develop for this young lady, he'll be a unique breeding piece. Bull calf here, rounding out the class. Just one that I'd like to maybe change in his hip structure and put in a little more meat and mass on them to compete with the calves above them today, but another really good structurally correct individual.
Thank you to our judge, Chad Homer. Congratulations to our class winner, ring number 173, Bryson Longstaff with Mile Lane 505K Night Rider 1P. Second in that class goes to ring number 172, Madison Dara, showing Bar JM MD 90M Premier 11P. Third to ring number 168, Rebecca Hess with Kids 1J Gaining Momentum 3P. Fourth place goes to ring number 169, Olivia Avery OLH Push the Limits 1P. And fifth place goes to 171, Tegan Hindman, showing her calf Tegan 7098 Johnny Walker 617P. In the ring for our second class of bull calves, we have ring number 174, Rosie Siddle with Roselyn Powerhouse 5P. 175, Kaylee Hicks with Hicks 112J Pizzazz 8H01P. 176, Francis Beaumont with Beaumont FH65 Power Play 2P. 177, Mercedes Mastine with RRF Landman 38P. 178, Kaylee Wells KMW Pistol 1P. And 179, Gavin Bradley with Bradley Pirate 101P. Just to take a few minutes to recognize a few more of our sponsors: Ferme Loubet, Bobcat, Moulet Valley, Bureau Vétérinaire du Richmond, La Guerre, Porc du Roi, RK Animal Supplies, les producteurs de bovins du Québec, Brussels Agri Services Limited, Galerie Perkins, Yum Yum Chips, Richmond Pizza, La Thierry de Coaticook, K-Cow Ranch, Ferme Lassard, AXA Farms, Hidden Meadow Farms, Black River Herefords, Elm Lodgepole Herefords, and Avery Perkins. And a couple of sponsors that I know are missing off this list, the Manitoba Hereford Association and the Manitoba Junior Hereford Association are both sponsors of this show.
I think another really nice set of bull calves coming to us in this second heat in the second split in the division. A little bit of give and take between these calves, maybe more than the other class. I think the top pair come to the top here pretty easily, and I think you could go either way with them depending on what you're looking for. I went with the more level-hipped, softer middled calf. His shoulder tucks in a little better into his body and maybe not as bold as the calf in second. But I think, and that's what gives him the advantage today. I think the calf in second, he just carries that tail head up a little higher. He's a little bolder in his front end for me today, and that kind of what gets him there. But you certainly have to appreciate that length of spine and that overall mass in his top. Young lady's bull calf here in third, just one that really grabs your attention when he comes in the ring. Deep-bodied, sound-made, gets around the ring nice. Just one that I'd maybe like to power up a little more in that rear third and just put a little more muscle expression in him for his age to be up any higher today. Get into a more moderate calf with a really nice silhouette here in fourth. Not the biggest calf in the class by any means, but I think gets around the ring more comfortable than his counterparts below him. The big dark red calf, he hits you really hard when he comes in the ring. That's a big rascal. He's got herd bull, qualities already, and he's one with a lot of weight per day of age. But I think he just struggles off that hind end, just to kind of control those and when he gets into motion. And I'd just like to soften him up in that top and just ease that down when he gets out on the move. Young lady's bull calf here that's rounding out the class. Just a calf that's long-spined and got some good quality and good muscle about him. Just one I'd like to free up in his movement on his hind wheels and just see him any higher today. Another excellent group of bull calves.
Thank you, Judge Chad Homer, for those comments, for evaluating the class for us. Our congratulations to class winner, 177 Mercedes Mastine with RRF Landman 38P. Congratulations also to second place, ring number 175, Kaylee Hicks with Hicks 112J Pizzazz 8H01P. Third goes to ring number 174, Roseanne Siddle with Roslyn Powerhouse 5P. Fourth to Gavin Bradley, ring number 179 with Bradley Pirate 101P. Fifth goes to ring number 176, Francis Beaumont with Beaumont F H65 Power Play 2P. And sixth goes to ring number 178, Kaylee Wells, showing KMW Pistol 1P. Already back into the ring, we have the first and second place bull calves from both the first two divisions. Out of the first class, we have Bryson with his Night Rider 1P. We have Madison with Premier 11P. And out of the second class, we have Mercedes with Landman 38P and Kaylee with Pizzazz 01P. First and second out of each of the first two bull calf classes. They are competing for our Bred and Owned Show Champion Bull Calf and Reserve Championship, sponsored by Moulet Vallée, and Reserve sponsored by the Richmond 4-H Club. Again, thank you to the many sponsors it takes to put on an event of this caliber and magnitude.
I think a tremendous group of bull calves here for these exhibitors, and just exemplifies the quality that we've seen in the female show. Anyways, we've talked these calves in division. There is some different types and kinds, and certainly some difference in development on these calves and maturity levels. But with that, I'm going to go out and pick the two that I like the most today.
Congratulations goes to ring number 177, Mercedes Mastine with RRF Landman 38P, and Reserve out of the same division, ring number 175, Kaylee Hicks with Hicks 112J Pizzazz 8H01P. Again, winning the sponsorship, the banner sponsored by Moulay Valley and Richmond 4-H. We'll take a moment for some pictures, and we'll get right back at our show with our yearling bull division. Coming into the ring for our class of yearling bulls, quite an age spread, ladies and gentlemen, as you watch them come into the ring. Ring number 180, Mercedes Mastine with RRF 5C Yankee 48N. Ring number 181, Sydney Stewart with SLS Nugget 1N. Ring number 182, Mackenzie Hicks, LAH 16J Novelty 4J 2N. And rounding up the class, the oldest bull is 183, Kaylee Wells, KMW Neptune 7N. This class sponsored by Alain Lemaire. The 4 bulls vying for our yearling bull division in the Bred and Owned show at Bonanza 2026. This class is sponsored by Black River Herefords. Thank you again to all our sponsors. In this class, the sponsorship goes to Black River Herefords. Or as that comes from Black River Herefords. We're not going to argue semantics. Okay.
Certainly quite an age split in this yearling bull division here. We've got Januaries to Novembers all mixed in here together. I think the bull that we start the class with wins it handily, standing still. Big, powerful bull, long spine, good testicle development, getting around on a good set of feet. Just one, I'd like to change the way he gets out and make him a little more comfortable off those rear two. You know, and that's just could be tied just being tied up and confined for the week, but that's just one thing that I would cautious on him going forward. But certainly a really good and impressive Hereford bull there to start this class. Another long-spined, attractive bull here in second. I think just length of spine and overall product in this bull is one that brings him over his counterparts below. Just same thing on that outside hind wheel. I'd like to just make him get around the ring a little easier and a little sounder on that one, but just another really good individual and representative of the breed. More moderate yearling bull coming to us in third, but overall just kind of a fault-free bull. Maybe like to see a little more mass and bone to him and just some overall frame size, but that's a good attractive individual through his front 1/3 and maybe just lacking in some overall performance, but that's a really good bull to probably be a heifer bull candidate for breeders down the road. And then the younger calf, the November, I think he's just missing some overall masculinity and mass, and that would hold true even in with some of his counterparts closer to his age in the calf division prior. Just like to see a little more masculinity and overall development for him at this point in time.
Thanks, Chad. Winning that class and our automatic junior champion bull is ring number 182, Mackenzie Hicks, showing LAH 16J Novelty 4J2N, and she wins the banner presented by Alain Lemaire. Second place and reserve champion is ring number 181, Sydney Stewart, showing SLS Nugget 1N. She wins the banner from La Guerre. Third place in that class is ring number 183, Kaylee Wells, showing KMW Neptune 7N. And fourth place in that division, ring number 180, Mercedes Mastine RRF 5C Yankee 48N. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors, especially our champion, Mackenzie Hicks, showing Novelty 2N, and 182, Sydney Stewart, showing Nugget 1N.
Just a single entry in this senior bull class, and certainly one that could withstand some extra competition. Here's a good-looking individual that gets around the ring on a really nice sound set of feet and legs, and for a bull as massive as he is, he carries himself very well. I think he's wide-based and a good set of testicles on him, and still refined enough through that front 1/3 to probably see a lot of use within the industry. And still carry that mass and put that product into his calves. There's a lot of muscle in this one, and he carries it very well. So congratulations to the young man here that's holding on to him.
Thanks very much, Chad. Congratulations to Aiden Lodge, ring number 184 on ABL Magmus 1M. He is our 2-year-old champion, senior champion bull at Bonanza 2026. He wins the banners provided by Couture Timber Mart, and will almost immediately be returning to the ring for our overall grand champion bull at Bonanza. Bredon owned bull champion at Bonanza 2026.
This champion bull drive has come together really nice. I mean, there's less numbers than the female side of the day that we started with, but certainly a group that certainly didn't back down on quality, and hats off to the young exhibitors that have brought these individuals forward to us today. They certainly deserve a round of applause. for the quality and I think the overall functionality of these bulls, and not just the ones standing out here, but also the ones that went back to the barn. We've talked these guys in their individual age divisions, and I think there's some give and takes out here in the champion drive, but I think it comes right down to it when we put these bulls, when we open the gate and turn them out to green grass, they got to be able to get around and they got to be able to go out and be functional and sound. And I think that'll be kind of what I base my decision on today, because there's certainly some really good individuals out here standing still, but with that, I'll go out and select my champion, a reserve champion.
Congratulations, this year's Bred and Owned Champion Bull, ring number 184, Aiden Lodge, showing ABL Magnus 1M. Reserve Champion Bull goes to ring number 177, Mercedes Mastine, RRF Landman 38P. Congratulations to both these exhibitors. Aiden Lodge showing Magnus and Mercedes Mastine showing Landman. Been a great Bred and Owned show, a great way to kick off Bonanza 2026. We're going to take a few pictures and go right back to work. The sponsorship for the Grand Champion Bull, and my apologies, is Hereford Incorporated, and the reserve sponsored by Ralco. This class is 3 head from one family. It is sponsored by Agri Industrie. We have 185 Francis Beaumont, and it should be an easy class to Jay. You could judge this class.
Maybe. I don't know. That might.
Je pense.
Will you help me?
I believe the judge has made his selection. Congratulations goes to Francis Beaumont, winning the 3 head from one family in a banner sponsored by Agri Industries. Just to continue recognizing some of our many sponsors here, DLMS, Couture Timber Mart, Saskatchewan Junior Hereford Association, Bétail Arik Cloître, Expo Bouffe, Copper Creek Ranches, Hershey Herefords, Marvin Peters, High Ridge Farm, Roots and Wing Farm, Goodine Farms, Maple Star Farm, Hilltop Livestock, Trans Charlet, Medonny Highlands Polled Herefords, Hills Polled Herefords, and FCI Herefords. We are ready to start our heifer lottery show. Welcoming back into the ring, Mr. Chad Homer as our judge, and once again, Mr. Curtis Driscoll as our ring steward. Proud to say I've known both of these gentlemen since before they were born, know their fathers and mothers before them, guys that are well known in the livestock industry. Coming into the ring, 187, Bryn Burkhart showing Elm Lodge BD Naomi, 60N. 188 is Alexandra, no, I can't do it. It's Lexi O'Connor, MHPH 1021K, 403N. Number 189, Mackenzie Hicks, Blair Athol 82K, Tipsy, 104N. 190, Kaylee Hicks with Elm Lodge Necklace, 36N. 191, Corey Manchester with CB Nova, 3N. 192, Emmett Manchester with Eagle C 24AE Mindy 8G 19N. 193, Hannah Lees with MHPH 316 Betty 122N. And Nathan Johnson with MHPH 3128 Jade 1202N. We have had a bracelet turned in. We believe it was from an exhibitor in the ring. We have it at the announcer's stand. If anybody realizes any of the exhibitors that they've lost a bracelet, we have it here.
As we start this heifer lottery jackpot here today, there's certainly a tremendous set of quality. A lot of different types and kinds in here. Kind of had to sort my way through things, and there's certainly a lot of give and takes here, but I think the one that's the most complete for me comes to the top. This one's adequate in her front 1/3. I think has the most center mass through the center of her body and just kind of holds herself together the best. Out on the move, she's just probably one of the more comfortable heifers in her spine when she gets parked, and just one that's got enough bone and foot size to her, and I think she's got that look to go on and be a cow. One thing I will give the heifer benefit to here in second over the heifer in first is this heifer in first is just every once in a while she wants to miss on that one outside hind wheel, and that's just the one flaw that I think that one has today. Dark red heifer here, youngest heifer in the class. It certainly doesn't give up any performance. I think that's one that, she's big through the center of her body and long through her neck, maybe just a little plainer fronted, and one that I'd like to see just kind of lay that shoulder in a little smoother into the rest of her body, and she just kind of gets off in her spine ever so slightly when she's kind of out in the move and when she's standing still. But also another really nice heifer for the young lady in second. The heifer in third is kind of one that, she grabs your attention, but you'd just like to refine that front 1/3 to be any higher today. She gets around the ring nice. She's long spine, and she's got lots to her. But just one thing, maybe just a little more brisket than some of the heifers above her today, and a little more depth of throat latch to kind of detracts from that look when she's out on the move. Heifer that gave me trouble here in fourth, probably the bigger framed heifer of the group, real attractive and elegant through her front 1/3, gets around the ring nice and really gives you a good look when she gets woed. I think this is one that as time develops her and she gets fuller and deeper in calf, I think that's one that as we get into the fall is going to give these heifers above her another a different look at them. Young lady's heifer here coming next is one that doesn't do a lot of things wrong. Just maybe more a little moderate to the heifers above her and a little more refined for her age, and just maybe lacking some of the maturity that the heifers above her have. And I think as we get into the group of heifers below, it more gets to be a little bit more preference and just the make and the way they come out of their hip as they're standing still and as they get on the move. Just like to kind of lay some of those back in and tidy up some of those udders that are coming as they get ready to develop into cows going forward. But a really nice group from top to bottom for the young exhibitors.
Thank you to our judge for his comments for the evaluation. Chad Homer winning that class. Our congratulations goes to ring number 192, Emmett Manchester with Eagle C 24E Mindy 80G 19N. Second place, our congratulations also goes to 187, Bryn Burkhart, Elm Lodge BD Naomi 60N. Third place, ring number 190, Kaylee Hicks, Elm Lodge Necklace 36N. Fourth place goes to 189, Mackenzie Hicks, Blair Athol 82K Tipsy 104N. Fifth goes to ring number 191, Corey Manchester with CB Nova 3N. Sixth place goes to 194, Nathan Johnson with MHPH 3128 Jade 1202N. Seventh place goes to Hannah Lees with MHPH 316 Betty 122N. And eighth place goes to Lexi O'Connor with MHPH 1021KK 403N. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors, especially the class winner, Emmett Manchester, and second, Bryn Burkhart. Coming into the ring now, we have ring number 195, Amelia McDonald with MHPH RW 308 Unique ET 1181N. 196, Brendan Lishka with Eagle C 028X Nala, 11N. 197, Jackson Lees with Elm Lodge K8 New Hope, 11N. 198, Aiden Lodge with Bar JM 0016 Beth, 8N. Connie McNaughton with Chula Vista Norma, 105N. And ring number 200, Sam Haley with Elm Lodge TD Nectar, 7N. 201 and 202 are both scratches.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I lied. Abby is here. Row one is here. Sorry.
I apologize. We have our first major technical glitch of the day. Ring number 201, Abby McDonald, ICF Gemini 102N. My apologies. I refuse to pass the blame along to Jay on that. I don't believe that was where that started. To continue to recognize some of our sponsors, Villeneuve Gagné Steben Plus Inc., Farm Credit Canada, Palco, RWB Herefords, Fromagerie Richmond, Crystal Brook Farm, Cascade, Les Producteurs des Bovins de l'Astrie, Hereford Inc., Expo Richmond, Valentine Richmond, Metro Val des Sources, BLB Farms, Maple Hill Farms, the Quebec Hereford Association, L. Hicks and Sons, Agri Industrie, Richmond 4-H, A&L Pole Herefords, and Réseau Ancan Quebec.
Another really nice class here from top to bottom of bred heifers in this heifer lottery jackpot, and certainly some give and take once again in this class of what your preference is or what your kind of end goal may be. But I think we're going to start with this pair of heifers that probably complements each other the best out of any two in the class. You know, they're refined enough, they're clean enough fronted. You know, are they the most attractive fronted heifers in the class? No, they're not. But I think this heifer up front, when she gets stopped and she gives you the look, and she's got enough mass through the center of her body and enough shape throughout the rest of her to kind of take this class away here today. So I think that's where we're going to start with this one. Heifer in second. This was kind of one that was between second and third. I think this heifer in second just kind of wins it on ease of movement around the ring, and just kind of she's a little more a little more comfortable in her own skeleton today than the heifer below her in third. Heifer here in third of the young man is one that you know, she hits you really hard when she comes in the ring. She's great through the center of her body, and you know, attractive through her front 1/3, and you can tell that one's had some time put into her getting her dressed for today. But I think with that one, where she kind of loses me is just how comfortable she is off those rear two when she gets out moving, and even just standing there. I think she's maybe pinched a hair in her loin for me today to get her any higher. But that's a really good breeding piece for someone with a nice future ahead of her. Next heifer, kind of another one that gave me a little bit of trouble. She's kind of the in-between heifer of the top and bottom sides of the class. She's attractive through her front 1/3, and you know, she gets around the ring nice. I'd like to see maybe a shot more bone in her as she gets out and goes, and maybe just a little more overall mass and depth through that and fullness through that flank for the time of her life that she's in today. But just a really nice put together Hereford heifer. As we get down into these heifers below, I think these ones, they're just a little heavier in their front end to compete with the heifers above them. Just like to see some overall, you know, some overall changes to their hip structure to be any higher today. But a really nice group of heifers for the young exhibitors.
Thank you, Judge Chad Homer, for taking the time to evaluate those females, but also, just as importantly, taking the time to explain to us how those heifers got where they were today. Winning this class today, our congratulations goes to ring number 197, Jackson Lees, showing Elm Lodge K8 New Hope 11N. Second in that class, congratulations to ring number 199, Connor McNaughton with Chula Vista Norma 105N. Third place, 196, Brendan Lishka, showing Eagle C 028X Nala 11N. Fourth in this class goes to ring number 200, Sam Haley with Elm Lodge TD Nectar 7N. Fifth goes to 198, Aiden Lodge with Bar JM 0016 Beth 4N. Sixth place goes to ring number 201. Again, my apologies to Abby on earlier. Abby McDonald showing ICF Gemini 102M. And seventh place goes to 195, Amelia McDonald, showing MHPH RW 308 Unique ET 1181N. Back into the ring now for our junior champion in the heifer lottery show. We have 192, Emmett Manchester with his Eagle C 24E Mindy 80G 19N. We also have 187, Bryn Burkhart with Elm Lodge BD Naomi 60N. In the second split, we have 197, Jackson Lees with Elm Lodge K8 New Hope 11N, and Connor McNaughton with Chula Vista Norma 105N. This portion of the show, the championship banner, will be coming from the Ontario Hereford Association.
Once again here, let's put our hands together for these young exhibitors. another tremendous group, another tremendous division here in the Heifer Jackpot Show at Bonanza. I think these are 4 really good individuals in their own right, and I think there's a couple that go here together probably a little better than the rest. So with that, I'll go out and select your champion and reserve yearling heifer.
Our congratulations on the champion female in this division is 192 Emmett Manchester with Eagle C 24A Mindy ADG 19N, with reserve going to ring number 197 Jackson Lees with Elm Lodge K8 New Hope 11N. Congratulations to all exhibitors, especially our champions Emmett and Jackson. Sorry for the delay, folks, in getting back to you. I've been just knee-deep in administrative details. I apologize for the way that affects the show. In the ring right now, we have 203 Madison Dara showing Harvey Manique, 38M. Ring number 204, Brooklyn Suter with MHPH 81E Karen, 113M. And 205, Bryson Longstaff with HMF 3J 98G Miss Stewart, 6M. They will be the winners of this class will automatically be our senior champion in reserve. The senior banner sponsored by Saskatchewan Junior Hereford Association, and the reserve by Ferme d'Extradeur. Just another technical detail here. Lunch will be served at noon. We understand some people will still be involved in showing, both in the heifer lottery division and then in a few minutes here in the commercial division. However, lunch will be served at noon. It will continue on long enough into the afternoon that everyone will get a chance to get some lunch today. So it starts at noon. There's no panic to get there. It's not going to end at 12:30. We'll all get some lunch, but it is available for those that have time right at 12 o'clock. Try and stay dry.
I apologize for taking some extra time on this class, but I have a sneaking suspicion I took equally as long trying to sort out these couple bull calves earlier in the day today. I think we're going to start with this dark red pair. I think the bull calf is one that I prefer with just a little more shape and muscle than the calf on the second place pair. The cow, probably a little more moderate in sized than the big 2-year-old here in second, and just one that's maybe a little more compact and a little more in a size that's going to carry her forward longer into her life today, and I think that's why she comes over the pair here in second. Really good bull calf on the pair in second, and a really nice cow. That's a 2-year-old that may be a little bigger than she potentially needs to be for the industry, and maybe just a shot more udder than I'd like to see on a cow of her age, and just one that I'd like to kind of just soften her up through the center portion of her body and just maybe make her relax. And certainly showing pairs isn't for the faint of heart, and certainly when you're doing it to young people in heat like this, they are a challenge to get showing, but two really good pairs for those young exhibitors. Not taking nothing away from the moderate pair here in third. I think it just one that just gives up some performance on the cow side and just gives up some performance on the calf side. That's a really nice, attractive, eye-catching calf, and she matches Mama very well, but I think just one that, for today's day and age, just maybe gives up a little bit of overall overall performance on their age to the two pairs that were in above them.
Thank you to our judge, Chad Homer. Winning that class, our congratulations goes to Bryson Longstaff with the HMF 3J 98G Miss Stewart 6M. She is automatically our senior champion female, winning the banner donated by the Saskatchewan Junior Hereford Association. Second place, our congratulations goes to Madison Dara on Harvey Monique 38M, and she automatically wins the reserve senior champion banner donated by Femme d'Extradeur. Coming back into the ring right now, we will have the individuals vying for the grand champion female in this heifer lottery portion of the show. We've got 198 Emmett Manchester showing Eagle C 24A Mindy 80G 19N, and we've got our friend Jackson Lees showing ring number 197 Elm Lodge K8 New Hope 11N. Returning to the ring from the senior division, we have ring number 205 Bryson Longstaff with HMF 3J 98G Miss Stewart 6M, and 203 Madison Dara showing Harvey Monique 38M. The champion in this division, the champion of this class will be the winner of the heifer lottery show, winning the banner sponsored by Elm Lodge Farms, and the reserve banner sponsored by A&L Polled Herefords.
I think these juniors demand another excellent round of applause here for the work they've put in this heifer jackpot. It's really neat to see some of these individuals showing this morning in the Bred and Own show, these calves at side, and then come back and see that, it's really a testament to the Bonanza organizers and the Hereford breed as a whole for how they make this all fit together. And this is certainly something that the whole breed should be proud of. And it's been an honor to judge. I knew I'd see some good ones today, and it was going to be hot out, but I didn't think it'd be this hot, and I didn't. And they certainly the quality has not backed off either. And it's been a tremendous honor to be part of this. The Hereford breed's something that's been near and dear to my heart for a long time. I've had some really cool privileges throughout my career to work with some breeders, from a very young age that gave me a chance and dragged me along and taught me a lot about the industry, and for that I'm very thankful. There's nothing better to see those Hereford cattle come November. When they come out at the fall majors and they're ready to roll, and they're certainly they demand respect, and here's where it starts. Quality like this at a show like this, and it's been once again it's been a tremendous honor, and thank you to the organizers of this great event, and thank you to the exhibitors, and certainly all these kids. This committee, fundraising committee, sponsors and organizers, ring help, and everyone else, photographers and everyone else that goes along into it. I've had the privilege of doing a couple of these junior shows for the Limousin breed, and it's not for the faint of heart when you take it on, and it's for the size and the scope of what Bonanza is, and to do it year in, year out across the country. Certainly hats off to the Hereford breeders and the Hereford juniors. You guys certainly make something for the rest of us try to duplicate. So with that, I think this is potentially the last time you're going to hear me today. So with that, I thank you for the opportunity, and I'll go out and name a couple heifer lottery jackpot champions.
Hey, congratulations goes to Emmett Manchester, ring number 192 on Eagle C 24E Mindy, ADG 19N. Good job, Emmett. And following right along behind him, congratulations to Jackson Lees, showing ring number 197, Elm Lodge K8 New Hope 111. They are winning the banners sponsored by Elm Lodge Farms and A&L Polled Herefords, respectively. Congratulations to all of the exhibitors, especially our champion and reserve. We're just going to take a few minutes here to regroup. Not very many. We're actually switching judges, so we don't need to wait for any pictures. We'll just give the kids a few minutes to breathe, and we'll get into our commercial show. But congratulations to Emmett and Jackson, our Heifer Lottery champion and reserve. Now, I do kind of apologize to Chad. I didn't realize there was a profile written for him. I didn't read it. Of course, to me, it's second nature. I've known him since before he was born, but I am very fortunate to have a few comments that I can make about the judge coming in now. An agricultural entrepreneur and key participant in Quebec's beef industry, Jean-Sébastien Bouffard, is involved in a vertically integrated family business that oversees the entire production chain from cattle breeding to retail sales within Group Bouffard. He helps manage a farm with nearly 2,000 head of beef cattle, including cow-calf operations, breeding stock, and feedlot cattle. The company also operates a provincially inspected slaughterhouse and 3 specialty butcher shops under the Face du Boeuf brand. Thank you for taking the time to come out of your schedule to come and work with us today. We appreciate you being here and look forward to hearing your comments on our commercial show. Jean-Sébastien Bouffard.
Donc, bonjour à tous. Merci, premièrement, merci au comité organisateur de me donner l'opportunité de pouvoir juger la classe commerciale aujourd'hui. Hi, everyone. I'll do my best in English to give you my reasons. So first, thank you to the organizers to letting me the chance to judge a commercial class today. Here in this class, only one calf. Definitely a good one, but she could compete with others. She's alone today, but she could compete. Donc après compétitionner avec d'autres dans sa classe, très bonne conformation, une bonne ligne de dos, une bonne démarche et une bonne musculature. Donc c'est vraiment ce qu'on recherche dans la classe commerciale. So really nice effort. She could compete with others. Really nice walking, good muscle expression. And definitely she could compete with others.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to ring 207, Ashlyn Siddle, winning the Expo Buff banner for Champion Heifer Calf at our 2026 Bonanza commercial show. She will be back in a few minutes for our Grand Champion female competition in today's commercial show. kind of daydreaming here. In this class, we have ring number 208 at HMAC 911, shown by Hannah Cameron. We have 209 Boots Junebug 61N, shown by Cassie Boot. We have 210 RWB Nova, shown by Brooklyn Suter. We have JSO, shown by Sophie Liebrecht as ring number 211. We have ring number 212, Mast R. Willow, N32, shown by Brianna Rothney. And 213 is RW Ice Storm, shown by the big man himself, Garth McIntyre.
Alors, dans cette classe de génistes, en première position, c'est vraiment une géniste qui tape à l'œil, dès qu'elle rentre dans le ring, super féminine, a du power, est fluide. Donc, dès qu'elle rentre dans le ring, on la voit tout de suite. So, in the first place, we see her right away when she gets in. She's walking, she's smooth, she's a nice top line, she's close to perfection. The second one, a nice one too. I really like her top line, maybe just in second because just her other in front, I just see a little detail that might be okay later for a cow, but might have problems too. So that's the only, that's why she's second, but she's really nice muscle expression. So that's it. And la deuxième position, c'est vraiment une belle tare, une bonne démarche, une bonne musculature. C'est peut-être juste au niveau du crayon en avant que j'ai vu un petit défaut, mais peut-être qu'au vélage aussi, ça va se placer. In the third one, nice heifer. I would just like maybe two more to be. J'aimerais juste qu'elle soit plus fluide, so she like smoother for all the body. Suite à ça, la Speckle Park, une bonne génisse qui démarche bien. J'aimerais juste peut-être avoir un petit peu plus de poids sur la génisse. So the Speckle Park, a really nice heifer, nice top line, walking really nice, but I would like to see a little bit more on her. So next one. A nice heifer, maybe a little over fat for me. I'm not a fan of horns too, so that's one thing that I didn't like less. So pour cette génisse, c'est peut-être un peu plus grasse. Puis je suis pas un fan de cornes, donc c'est ce qui l'a mis à cette position-là. And in the last position, we have a Hereford here, maybe smaller frame. She's nice, but I would like a little bit bigger for our industry.
Thank you, Jean-Sébastien Bouffard, very much for your comments for placing the class. Congratulations to our class winner, 211, Sophie Liebrecht with J. Soul. Second place in that class is Brianna Rothney with Mast R. Willow, N32. Third place, ring number 208, Hannah Cameron, HMAC 911. Fourth goes to ring number 213, Garth McIntyre with RW Ice Storm. Fifth goes to ring number 210, Brooklyn Suter with RWB Nova. And sixth place goes to 209, Cassie Boot, showing Boots Junebug 61N. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors, especially to the class winner, Sophie Liebrecht, and second place to Brianna Rothney. Back in the ring now for our champion female in the commercial division, we have Ashlyn Siddle with her Daisy heifer. Daisy, daughter of Goldie, I should add. We have ring number 211, Sophie Liebrecht, showing J-So, and 212, Brianna Rothney, showing Mast R. Willow, N32.
Donc, félicitations à tous ces jeunes. C'est agréable de voir autant de jeunes impliqués dans notre industrie. So, congrats to all these young people. It's really nice to see all them in our beef industry. So, I'm going to choose what the Grand Champion and the Reserve, and I'll take what I will bring home tomorrow.
Congratulations to Sophie Liebrecht on winning our commercial show here at Bonanza 2026. With Jay So. And reserve, we're going to stick in the same class. We're going to go with the other yearling heifer and Brianna Rothney with Mast R Willow, N32. Congratulations to all the exhibitors, especially Sophie on winning and Brianna on reserve. I believe that concludes the commercial portion of the show. I believe lunch is served. And I can tell you, you won't have to call me twice.